The T-64A was recently introduced in Gunnery PC as part of the Soviet forces in Germany. In this video today, I want to give you a brief introduction to the T-64A and a gunnery guide in how to use the tank in Gunnery PC. Once you get the hang of this tank, you can definitely do a lot of damage to NATO. And if you don't know, my name is FanFantasy and I do cover games like Gunnery PC, so if you find this helpful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe for more, as I do cover games like Gunnery PC. The T-64A is a Soviet-made tank in the 60s, but it did receive many upgrades and variants. The ones that you see in Gunnery PC are the T-64As with the 125mm smoothbore gun, and it has better armor protection than the original T-64. Along with its main gun and with the latest 3B-M32 armor-piercing round, the T-64A could have easily penetrated frontal armors of the Chieftain, the Leopard 1, the M60s, and even the older M1 variants. And so the T-64A was to be taken seriously. The tank uses the TBD-249 banner sights with the split image coincidence rangefinder and the TPN-14923 night sights. Later on, this would be improved in the T-72s. And the T-64 was the first Soviet tank to have an autoloader. Overall, this tank is a tank that you want to watch out for, and it's a good idea to get a feel for this tank, as this is one of the main tanks for the Soviets in Gunnery PC. So for the gunnery guide, as I said before, it uses the coincidence rangefinder similar to the current M60A1 that we have in the game. To use it, you will need to turn on the rangefinder by pressing E, which you will see a circle. Set your range to your target, and then you'll notice that there are two images. If you see a split image that is not connected, this means that you are not in the correct range. You either need to range higher or lower until the image slides are connected. To see if you're in an accurate range, you can turn off the rangefinder and turn it back on to see if it looks similar, and if so, then you're in the correct range. If it's out of place once you turn it off, it means that you're not in the correct range and you'll have to range again. So I'll demonstrate it here live. Alright, so over here we spotted an M60 and now we're going to adjust our range. Then we'll align our sights and fire. Next target is an Abrams coming up on the ridge. You pre-sighted it ready, and that looks right, and fire. And target. You got another Abrams coming down, and we'll adjust our sights to match, and fire. And we'll finish him once more. Fortunately, there's no lead system, so you'll have to automatically lead your targets by moving your reticles ahead of the target. If it's moving from right to left, then you have to anticipate your target by moving your sights to the left. I'm going to demonstrate this. You simply align your sights and using the tip as reference. This is really close. We can just put it like here and firing out. We have a second Bradley moving up and again right to left. So again, I'm going to put my tip just right before it and firing out. And target. And it's still moving, but we did hit it. Again, just before where it's going and firing. And there you go. Target. So we got an M60 moving down, and again, I'm just going to put it before the point. Firing out. And target destroyed. Right, I just ranged it, and I'm going to put it right before it from right to left. Let's move it a little bit here. And firing out. And target. Still moving. Oh, maybe it's slowly moving. And once more. And target. And we'll finish it off once more. And there you go. That should be it. So in short, you just have to anticipate where your target is going and track it, and also use the lines to align your target and go from there. Fortunately, targets that are far away, that are beyond 2,000 meters, may be a little difficult to range, but it's not entirely impossible. May need to use a bit of the environment and terrain to gauge if you're in the correct range, but the best option is by turning off the rangefinder and seeing if you're near that range or not. Or you can do a bit of pre-ranging using the map. Every square is about 1 kilometer. So in short, the T-64A is effective in short or medium ranges. In terms of nighttime engagements with the T-64A, well, don't expect it to be the best. Similar to most Soviet tanks, you will have to rely on both night and day channels to range and adjust, but it's going to be a lot harder to see your range finder circle. You will probably have to rely on external light sources such as illumination flares or fires to help range. Remember, you can also turn on your IR spotlights and use your night sights to spot for targets. Similar to how I showed you the rangefinder, you can switch to your night channel after your main sights are set and fire. Or you may choose to remain on your day sights and adjust and fire from there. Another tip that you can implement is setting your range to a battle sight range, which is around 1,000 meters. If you have seen my multi-crewing videos in Steel Beast, it's one of the standard operating procedures to reset your gun's range after lasing a target. And this is also a good practice to do in Gunnery Heat PC. Battle sight mode is essentially point and shoot, and within 1,000 meters is when the round will hit directly to a target. Note that if the target is up close to you, then you will need to aim it lower. If you plan on using battle sight range, make sure to disable Delta D by pressing Q and going to your fire control systems and dump lead, and that will disable Delta D. If you forget to do this, then slowly your range will reset back to 0. So if you see a target up close within 1,000 meters, just fire at it directly. So with the optical rangefinder, that may take a lot of time to set your range, and time that is quite valuable when you're engaging enemy tanks. And since your range is already at 1,000 meters, and if the enemy is higher than that, you just have to range a little bit higher. And again, you'll save valuable time. This is just one of the best practices that you can implement as a tanker in the game. Another useful tip is using your smokes to screen enemy tanks. This will mess up their laser rangefinders and their line of sight on you. Remember to take your time and practice and have fun with it. The T-64 has a really unique fire control system in the game, and I think it's worth your time to get it right as best as you can. And once you get it right, this tank is a formidable threat to NATO. Hope you guys find this helpful and useful. If there are tips that I may miss out, or if you want to share some, let us know in the comments. With the introduction to the Soviets and Gunnery PC, I will be updating my Gunnery PC guide in the foreseeable future, but for now I hope this helps. And if you find this helpful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't for more, and to support my channel. And as always, I'll see you in my next video.